Boys and girls, ladies and gentlethems, queens worldwide, thank you for welcoming us into your homes and bars. I am Maximilian Pegasus, owner of Industrial Illusions and drag queen extraordinaire. Tonight, you will join me in watching as 10 queens enter into a world of magic, a world of madness, a world of tunes. Welcome to Drag Race, Toon World. Let's meet our queens.
Unlike Anitra, I'm going to walk this fucking duck straight to the crown. Hi everyone, my name is Quackoval, Paldia's resident dancing clown. I'm the most delicious mixture of clownery and talent you'll ever meet. At least, in my mind I am. I'm here to snatch the crown and show the world why I am at the top of my drag scene. Ooh, first one in. Should I say it? I shouldn't. I'm gonna say it, first one in, last one out. Now where's the next girl? I hope she's ugly.
It takes a whole lot of brains to be a bad bitch and play children's card games.
I manifested it.
I'm Rebecca Hawkins, Domino's youngest Miss Battle City. I've only been doing drag for a year, but I'm here to show these queens that a baby queen can compete with the best of them.
Rebecca runs up to Corporal, flashing him a big grin as she introduces herself. Obviously excited, she tells him that she loves his outfit and comments on the vibrancy of his tail feathers. Corporal glances pointedly at her chunky heels. Flustered, Rebecca blurts out that she's only been doing drag for the past year. Corporal says that he can tell, but is interrupted from speaking further when the next queen walks into the workroom.
Did someone order a piping hot trade number 5 with a side of smolder?
Oh wow! Fry can eat his heart out. This is what real trade looks like.
Do not adjust your TV screens. I am this handsome in person. I am Flynn Ryder, resident prince consort and body tea king of the kingdom of Corona. No, we didn't cause the pandemic, and if you try to start that hashtag we will sue.
Okay, I see how it is. We need some eye candy to put us on the map. Flynn's hot, but the look chronically fine. But I have to ask him if he had a BBL or if that thing's real. If so, he might give Red Guy a run for his money.
Flynn approaches the other two queens with a wink and jokes that production was desperate for good trade, stat. Corporal rolls his eyes, but Flynn clocks the smile that flits across the duck's face. Rebecca tells Flynn that it's an honor to meet him, and shares that she's always wanted to attend one of his and Rapunzel's shows in Corona. Flynn admits that he and Rapunzel parted ways before casting, but reassures Rebecca that he performs so well that no one will notice the difference. Corporal casually inquires if Flynn's only talent is charm, and Rebecca shoots him an irritated look. Flynn leans towards Corporal and whispers that he has many talents. But what about him? Voice cracking slightly, Corporal tells the duo that he's a seasoned queen who has been stomping across the Paldean region for years.
From an elected queen, to the Senate, to winning a new queendom. Amidala is here to show you why Nibbu rules the galaxy.
Wow. There are so many stones on that headdress that I can almost make out my reflection. I can't believe we have a Star Wars queen on the season with us. Competition just walked in.
Greetings, I am Padme Amidala, one of the galaxy's most lauded fashion icons. This is my first time styling my drag without a team of handmaids by my side. Still, they coached me for weeks before today, and I know I'll show these girls that Star Wars drag is alive and well.
She's gorgeous and that mug is stamped. But can she move in that outfit? Put me against her in a dance challenge or a lip sync, and I'll put Miss Beauty Queen in a casket. And you can put that on TV.
Padme greets each queen individually, pausing to grasp their hands with great affection. She expresses what an honor it is to represent Naboo and share her people's drag on an intergalactic stage. Corporal, clearly admiring her headdress, recalls when Padme turns towards him. He tells her Royal Majesty that she needs to back the hell up. She might be used to buying her way through life, but the only thing he'll be resting on is his talent. Padme is saved from responding when Rebecca steps in, muttering about the dramatic outburst. She pulls Padme to her side and tells her to ignore Corporal because he lashes out at everyone who demonstrates even a hint of talent. Padme laughs and asks Rebecca where she's from, noting that she doesn't look familiar. Rebecca admits that she mainly performs in Domino City, but has been doing drag for less than a year. She adds that she intends to be a force in this competition, so Padme shouldn't count her out. Padme says she wouldn't dream of it and casts a sideways glance at Corporal as the next queen enters.
I thought, pretty tat. Hi everyone, my name is Sylvester the Cat. Just kidding. Tweety Bird here, Looney Tunes resident comedy queen who can actually do stand-up, and I am here to show the world why drag queens like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck being cast before me is a drag travesty, an OSHA violation, and a crime against humanity.
Oh no, we aren't doing this. Some wannabe icon with a cute one-liner walking into the workroom doesn't mean I'm not the hottest signing this season. I can stomp a runway, can that little comedy queen? You tell me.
Tweety Bird is the kind of drag queen I want to face in this competition. I'm excited to work with him. Comedy is not my strong suit, and none of my handmaids are comedy queens either, so maybe he can teach me a thing or two if we become friends.
Tweety flits around the queens before perching on the edge of the nearest workroom table. The others stare at him as if shocked by his arrival, which prompts Tweety to ask them what's wrong. Does he have something on his face? This breaks the ice, and Padme lets out a sharp laugh. She tells Tweety that she attended one of his and Sylvester's comedy shows several years ago, and never imagined that she'd get to work alongside such an icon. Tweety retorts that Padme is one to talk, having been the literal queen of an entire planet, which makes Rebecca chuckle. Rebecca introduces herself to Tweety, saying that it's a pleasure to meet him. Tweety quips that he wishes the feeling was mutual before waving his wing playfully. As laughter erupts, Quackleval and Flynn share a blank look and don't acknowledge the rest of the group.
I'm manifesting that we get another spicy girl up in here. I need someone to get her Royal Highness all riled up.
Beep beep, my ugly bitch detector is going off. And I can see why.
I like her already.
Was she talking to me? Tell me that a queen in a literal t-shirt and a shake and go ponytail wig did not just say that and look at me.
Number 5 cartwheels into the center of the workroom. Rebecca has been clenching her fists since the entrance line, and Tweety flutters to her side, settling on her shoulder to provide comfort. Number 5 positions herself by Flynn and Crocodile and loudly asks if, unlike others, they can handle a little shake. Quackleval snorts and tells Number 5 that he's been reading bitches for longer than she's been alive. Number 5 grins, asserting that although she looks young, she's been performing across Sector V for a few years. Flynn mentions that she seems familiar and asks if she normally performs as part of a group. Number 5 nods, sharing that she usually holds gigs with her closest friends, numbers 1 through 4. Flynn exclaims that he's seen some of their performances online and thinks their acrobatics are impressive, almost as good as his own. Padme, Tweety, and Rebecca remain silent throughout the conversation, mostly keeping to themselves.
You'd think it would take more than light shade to rile these girls up, but I guess not. I'm Abigail Lincoln, but you can call me Number 5. I'm the dancing diva of Sector 5 and the shadiest queen to come out of that treehouse. You best believe.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was Cartoon Drag Race. Just kidding.
Holy crap. That's Esmeralda. She's an icon. I follow her on Instagram, and she's devoted so much blood, sweat, and time to her humanitarian work. I can't believe this is where she decided to make her drag race debut.
The Queen's chair as Esmeralda walks towards the center of the group and performs a graceful twirl. Flynn nods in recognition, and Crocodile begrudgingly compliments the vibrancy of her dress. Padme curtsies, exclaiming that she's thrilled to be in the presence of such a renowned humanitarian. She adds that Esmeralda is very popular in Naboo, and some of her early work influenced Padme's own policies once she became an elected official. Esmeralda places a hand to her chest and expresses sincere gratitude, emphasizing that it has always been her dream to enact positive, lasting change throughout the galaxy.
To those who don't know me, I'm Esmeralda, dancer, human rights activist, and all-around icon. I'm here to show the world just what I can do. I can tell that some of the girls are shocked seeing me here, and Flynn Rider being on this season is interesting. I've seen him at a few parties, potential alliance. We'll see.
Esmeralda's an icon, sure, but I haven't seen her on tour in years. Stand on a picket line all you want, diva, but can you still dip? I guess we're gonna find out.
Waiting for the next queen to arrive, Esmeralda engages the group in conversation by asking what challenges they hope will be featured this season. Flynn says that he wants a roast or a scantily clad runway challenge that will let him show off his post-breakup workout gains. Tweety agrees that he would like a roast, although he's more excited for the snatch game. Crocodile and Number 5 express interest in a choreo or girl group challenge, which elicits a big smile from Esmeralda. Padme says that she'd like a high-fashion runway challenge, and Rebecca admits that she's hoping for a range of different challenges to highlight her diverse skill set. Quaquaval quips that of course Padme wants to rely on her expensive outfits, but she just smiles back at him before returning her attention to Esmeralda.
Azarath Metrian Zinthos.
What the hell? Did she just cast a spell on us? Is she related to Thorn?
Hello, I'm Raven, Jump City's resident omen of darkness. I'm an actress and designer. I made everything that I brought to this competition. Looking at the other queens, I'm a little bit gagged, but I'm here to win and show these girls that they don't intimidate me.
Raven glides towards the other queens, her heels levitating a few inches above the floor. Most greet her warmly, and Rebecca turns to her immediately, commenting that she is a big fan of Raven and her drag family, the Teen Titans. Raven thanks her for the compliment, but adds that she's happy to be away from the other Titans as they take the word annoying to the next down level. Flynn jumps in, joking that she's in the wrong place if she was hoping to be surrounded by pleasant queens. Number 5 quickly agrees and innocently asks Raven if Starfire's fee was too high for production to afford for the first season. Raven's eyes darken, but she is prevented from responding as the next queen enters.
Intrigued. You should be.
Oh shit, it's Helga. She's an underground queen, but very talented and avant-garde. A lot of queens who have worked with her in the past have said that she can be hard to get along with, but I'm curious to see what she brings to the competition.
I'm Helga, the funniest bitch in Hillwood. I can see some of these other queens looking at me like on some kind of a flop, but they have no idea what I bring to the table. I just need the chance to show what I can do.
As Helga joins the other queens, she clocks quite a few of the queens staring at her outfit with unimpressed expressions. Raven greets her first and says that she's a big fan of Helga's work, having attended one of her shows in Hillwood last year. She adds that she couldn't stop laughing during Helga's interpretive dance performance with a football head made of bubblegum, even though it was quite deranged. Helga cackles and tells Raven that she thinks they're going to get along just fine. Tweety asks if she does a lot of comedy acts, and Helga nods, sharing that she prefers to incorporate dark humor into her performances whenever possible. Tweety expresses that he also has a lot of comedy experience and suggests that the two of them compare notes. Quaquaval interrupts the conversation, commenting that the only thing funny about Helga is her busted lace line. Helga claps back and tells Quaquaval that that's rich coming from a duck cosplaying as Krusty the Clown. Quaquaval gasps, clearly at a loss for words.
Ooh, the girls are starting to get into it already, and it's only the first day. I live.
I'm not going to let some duck who has never met me tell me anything about my drag or how I look. If he wants to throw shade, he best be ready to receive it twice as hard.
There could be 100 Sasha Colbys of cartoon drag, yet not one of them would exist without Betty Boop.
Oh, and here I thought I was going to be the only icon this season. But couldn't you have picked a better second choice than Betty Boop?
The original cartoon diva is back on your screens. Betty Boop is here. I'm a singer, a dancer, and my drag is devoted to the glamour and power of the 1920s woman. I can do it all, and if you don't believe me, check my knees.
Betty saunters to the group, but the queens are too stunned to speak. Esmeralda and Betty make eye contact and continue to stare at one another for several long moments. Eventually, Esmeralda tells Betty that it's nice to see her, and the two exchange an awkward hug. Flynn loudly comments that they seem to have a rocky history, so someone should spill the tea. Helga agrees, asking if the two have sexual tension or just really hate each other. Betty gives the group a mysterious smile and tells them they have nothing to worry about. Esmeralda quickly agrees.
Oh, there is definitely something between them. The look on Esmeralda's face when Betty turned her back on her. If looks could kill, this season just got even more interesting.
Tweety Bird and Flynn Rider. Now those are icons. Esmeralda. Isn't she too busy saving cats from trees or something to be a real drag queen?
Suddenly, the queens all hear loud laughter followed by the words, "You've got Pegnail." The group turns towards the workroom monitor, where Pegasus appears.
My queens, I've called the 10 of you here to prove who really is the best cartoon in the world. Over the next 10 weeks, your level of drag is going to be tested in ways you never could have dreamed. We'll have a little mini challenge to break the ice and, for your Maxi Challenge, a talent show. Ladies, This is your chance to show the judges and me what truly makes you unique as a queen. Embrace it. And remember, only one of you can win the title of Toon World's next drag superstar.
Number 5 wins the mini challenge.
Not the kind of win I was hoping for, but it's a good start. I'm glad I wore something I could move in. Watching Padme try to dance in that gown nearly cracked me. Choices, girl.
The queens quickly split into groups to begin preparing for their talent show performances. Corporal, Betty, Flynn, and number 5 decide to work near each other and begin unpacking their drag. 5, noticing Corporal pulling a series of torches out of one of his suitcases, asks about his intended talent show number. Corporal reveals that he is doing a fire spitting routine, and the other 3 queens are shocked.
Oh, this clown can breathe fire. And everyone's gonna find out just how hot this water queen can get.
5 asks Corporal about his drag and what got him into a talent like fire spitting. Corporal replies that much of his drag derives from the circus. He spent years as a circus queen and has been incorporating all of the tricks he learned into his current drag style. Curious, Corporal asks the other queens what they are doing for their talent show numbers. Flynn and 5 both state that they are lip-syncing to a pre-recorded track.
2 lip-sync performances for a talent show. Groundbreaking, at least 5 won a mini challenge. I suppose that counts for something.
Betty states that she is doing an interpretive dance routine and singing live at the same time. Unable to contain himself any longer, Flynn asks Betty about Esmeralda and their stare down. Betty shrugs and says that she and Esmeralda have worked together in the past and have never gotten along. And that's all there is to it.
You can call me shady if you want, but putting on some makeup and doing the same brunch show once a year does not make you a drag queen. It makes you a holiday attraction.
Flynn and 5 probe Betty for more, but she shuts them down, stating that there is nothing else and that she has no intention of confronting Esmeralda, at least not without a good reason. The queens continue to chat and bond as they talk about their drag origins and talent show numbers. Raven and Helga sit up close to one another, asking each other questions about their drag scenes. They are soon joined by Esmeralda, who questions Raven about the large collection of fabrics that she has on her workstation. Raven states that they are for her talent show number, and that she will speed sew a dress and a pair of gloves in 3 minutes. Helga asks if she is sure she can do this, and Raven says that she is more than sure. She sews her teammates' drag costumes all the time and is very confident in her abilities.
Raven's one of the most interesting queens in this workroom. She's quiet, but has a lot of presence, and her drag seems very polished. I know she's a fan of mine, and the feeling is quickly becoming mutual.
Raven turns the conversation to the other 2 queens, asking Helga and Esmeralda what they are doing for the talent show. Helga says that she is performing a spoken word piece. She likes sending messages through her art and wants to use this platform to make a statement that reaches as many people as possible.
That sort of thing is why I have followed Helga for so long. People can say she looks mean, but her art is sickening and speaks to many different people and their struggles.
Esmeralda mentions that she wants to take a risk tonight and do something that she thinks will land her in the top. Raven and Helga share a glance before looking back at Esmeralda. Esmeralda adds that she will impersonate some of the different drag icons she's met in her career because everyone says that she does excellent impressions. Raven asks to hear one, and Esmeralda gladly obliges, raising her pitch until the other queens win.
After listening to that, I'm insulted for Miss Picky. Yikes.
Raven asks Esmeralda if she's sure that she wants to take such a big risk on their first episode, reminding Esmeralda that she's a great dancer who would slay a performance even if she walked out on stage and made it up on the spot. Esmeralda says she knows that, and so do the judges. If she wants to stand out, then she needs to do something the judges won't expect and still slay. Helga starts to say something and then reconsiders, instead focusing on her work and allowing Esmeralda and Raven to do the same. Rebecca, Tweety, and Padme are all working around the same station, with Rebecca asking both of the more seasoned queens what inspired them to come to Toon World when Pegasus called. Tweety states that this is the first time any of the cartoon drag race shows have called him. He's been ready for years and is grateful to finally be able to show the world what his drag is all about. Padme says that she had actually taken a short break from her drag to focus on her career until Pegasus reached out to her.
I love the work I do for the people of the galaxy, but it tends to leave me with very little time to do anything for myself. I've had to sacrifice my drag more often than I would like, but this doesn't make me any less of a queen than the other girls here.
Tweety, looking over Rebecca's drag station, asked her what she is doing for the talent show. Rebecca responds that she is performing a gymnastics routine, hoping to show Pegasus just how versatile her talents are. Tweety asks Rebecca if she considers herself an acrobat or a stunt queen, and Rebecca shakes her head, saying that she tries not to categorize herself.
I know it sounds cliche, but I really mean it. There's so much value and uniqueness to different styles of drag. So why do I need to box myself in and let others think I am just a comedy queen or a look queen? I can be whatever kind of queen I want, when I want.
Tweety and Padme nod, respecting Rebecca's perspective on her drag, with Padme complimenting Rebecca on having such confidence in herself despite being so new in her career. Rebecca thanks her and asks what they both intend to do for the talent show. Tweety says that he is doing a stand-up comedy routine, wanting to show Pegasus and the rest of the judges that Looney Tunes queens can actually be funny. Padme laughs and then says that she will be showing Pegasus that she's a talented flautist.
What did she just call me? Can she say that on TV before 11 p.m.?
Rebecca and Tweety ask Padme what a flautist is, and Padme responds by pulling out a large flute in a case and setting it on a table. Rebecca and Tweety look at each other for a moment, and then Tweety asks Padme if she's going to do anything else in addition to playing the flute. Padme says no. Tweety asks if she's sure about this. Padme responds yes, stating that she has been playing the flute for years and is very confident in her ability to impress the judges.
That flute better shoot flames or something when she plays it.
Number 5. Betty Boop, Raven, Rebecca Hawkins, and Quaquavel slayed the challenge.
I told you this clown was gonna set that stage on fire, and what did I just go out there and do? Exactly that. I know those other girls were stunned, and frankly, they should be. I'm here to win, and if they aren't, they need to get the hell out of my way.
Padme Amidala, Tweety Bird, Flynn Rider, and Helga Pataki had a great performance.
Pegasus was really invested in my performance and seemed interested in what I had to say and my take on drag. No matter what, I'm proud of what I did tonight.
Esmeralda had a good performance.
As it turns out, everyone who said I was fantastic at impressions are liars. I got a couple of laughs from Pegasus, but compared with how the judges responded to Tweety, let's just say that I am learning the words for the song tonight.
On the runway, category is Denim and Diamonds. Raven, Helga Pataki, and Esmeralda slayed the runway.
My performance in the talent show was fantastic, and I destroyed that runway in a denim gown that I made myself. I'm confident that I'm in the top tonight, and hopefully Helga is there with me.
Quaquavel, Betty Boop, Rebecca Hawkins, and Tweety Bird had a great runway.
Oh, I know the judges are living for the denim fantasy that I'm serving on the runway. Pegasus couldn't take his eyes off me, and I ate up that talent show too. It's a shame. I think number 5 would have been in the top with me if her outfit wasn't such a flop.
Number 5, Flynn Rider, and Padme Amidala had a good runway.
I'm a bit gagged that the judges didn't seem impressed by my runway presentation. Denim isn't very common on Naboo, but my handmaids assured me that these blue diamonds were the exact same hue. I really hope this doesn't land me in the bottom to tonight.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race, Toon World Season 1. Allow me to introduce our esteemed panel of judges. First, she's our resident judge, former cultist, and the safest queen from Toon Madness. It's my Valentine. Next, we have our extra special guest judge, the president of Kaiba Corp and drag icon. He's Sito Kaiba. This week, we asked our queens to amaze us in a talent show, and on the runway they served us their best denim and diamonds glamour. Now, let the judging commence. After tonight's performance, Raven, Rebecca Hawkins, Betty Boop, Padme Amidala, Quaquavel, and Esmeralda, you represent the tops and bottoms of the week. Helga Patoki, number 5, Tweety Bird, and Flynn Rider. You are safe and Mayan took backstage. Quackwavel, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's challenge.
Is this where I'm supposed to cheer and pretend that I'm shocked I won the first challenge? I won't be doing that. No other bitch could have pulled off that performance, and I ate on the runway tonight. This win is correct.
Raven, Rebecca, and Betty Boop. Great job this week, my queens. You're all safe.
Being in the top on the very first episode is more than I could have imagined. I had the judges hooked on every stunt I did on that stage. As for who won, I don't like him, but even I have to admit his performance was sickening.
I showed up and showed out tonight. Quackwavel deserved the win. But I won't pretend that I'm not a bit disappointed. And then I remember Esmeralda's performance and suddenly feel much better.
Esmeralda, Padme Amidala. I'm sorry, my dears, but you two are up for elimination. And the time has come for you to lip sync for your life.
Being in the bottom on the first episode is not how I thought I'd be starting out in this competition. I'm frustrated that I didn't play to my strengths, but I can turn a lip sync like no other girl on this stage. Padme, I respect you, but it's time you went back to politics.
I'm a little surprised to be in the bottom this week. I thought my performance in the challenge was strong enough to save me, but I can't dwell on that. I know the words, I know the song, and I know I'm going to stay tonight.
The lip sync song is Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo. Esmeralda and Padme Amidala had a great lip sync.
Ladies, I've made my decision. Esmeralda, Shantae, you stay. Padme Amidala, I'm not ready to see you go home. Shantae, you also stay.
This is untouched.
The queens congratulate Quackwavel on winning the challenge and commend Esmeralda and Padme for both surviving the lip sync. Esmeralda and Padme thank the queens, while Quackwavel comments that some queens didn't seem happy to see him win, but he thanks them anyway. Esmeralda and Padme hug one another and express excitement at both remaining in the competition. Before Padme can say another word, Betty interrupts, asserting that Esmeralda clearly won the lip sync and Pegasus didn't want to send Padme home first. Esmeralda asks Betty if there's a problem. Betty replies that there's no problem. Facts are facts. Esmeralda begins to respond, but is cut off by Padme, who calmly states that she is happy to have another chance to prove to the judges that she is a stronger drag queen than she showed this week. Meanwhile, Rebecca, Raven, Tweety, and Helga are talking and sipping their cocktails. Helga praises Rebecca and Raven for their talent show performances, and both queens thank her. Raven insists that she or Rebecca should have won over Quackwavel, and both Helga and Rebecca nod their heads in agreement. Number 5, Flynn and Quackwavel are standing near each other. 5 expresses disappointment in her outfit tonight, stating that it's the only reason a baby queen like Rebecca Hawkins landed in the top over her. Quackwavel agrees, while Flynn admits that Rebecca's performance was pretty fun to watch, which earns him a sharp look from the other queens.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed our content. Additionally, the producers extend their sincerest gratitude to the creator of Drag Race Philippines, Len Kagomene, for his invaluable advice, as well as to Mama Ru, who inspired the creation of an entire fandom and graciously shares her legacy with us all. Now remember, feel free, be proud, and live your life, always.